Hi, my name is Mark Stevens. I'm with Park Avenue Group out of Orlando, Florida. Today I wanted to share with you some tips on preparing for a behavioral interview. So as you may know, right now many employers are aware that employing somebody on the basis of 2 short interviews actually may be a risk if they don't opt out and ask the right types of questions. And that's why behavioral interviewing is becoming so very popular with many managers. So what exactly is behavioral interviewing? It's a style of interview that focuses you to answer questions that demonstrate your competencies, your knowledge, your skills, your abilities, and by giving these types of specific examples from your past experiences. The focus of the interview is less about what you can or could do, and is more about what you have done in specific situations in the past. Prior to the interviewer will define the competencies for the position and will then develop a series of questions that allow him or her to find out if you have those competencies. Behavioral interviewing is based on the assumption that your past performance, as in previous roles, will be an excellent predictor of your future performance. So what kind of questions might you expect? If the interviewer does decide to conduct a behavioral interview, these are the types of questions that will focus clearly on how you've handled situations in the past. For example, give me an example of how you have. Or tell me about a situation where you, or finally, how did you deal in a situation in your past role where you had a conflict with? So what do you do to actually prepare for these types of interviews? Here's some steps that you can look at. First of all, look closely at the position you're applying for. Get a hold of a job description. What are the specific skills that the employer is looking for? Second, analyze your past work experience and background. Match these skills that you have with those employers are looking for. Don't forget competencies that you have developed outside of the work environment. For example, leadership or perhaps organizational skills through some kind of a nonprofit activity or etc. Third, now identify specific examples and situations that demonstrate these skills. You need to be able to explain an entire situation. In other words, you're going to tell a story about how you actually use that particular competency. It pays to illustrate the level of involvement that you had in resolving the situation and to qualify the results if there are situations where you applied a competency but it just didn't work out. And use those actually as examples and explain what went wrong. What did you do to actually resolve it? And then finally, try the PAR approach, answering these various types of questions. For example, state the problem that you faced, outline the absolute action that you took to resolve that problem, and then finally, explain the results that you achieved. By taking these steps and preparing for your interview, hopefully you'll ace it. Good luck. We'll see you again soon.